to my little show on the interwebs. I'd like to ask you to smash the like and subscribe button and to share my content if you think someone, whether it's a friend, co-worker, family member that might like my content, go ahead and please and share that. I'm just want to grow my channels. Anyways, without further ado, Texas courts side with Governor Abbott. That's right, you got KVU.com. Texas Supreme Court will allow the arrest of Democrats who remain absent amid a second special session. The order comes after a request of Governor Abbott and the House Speaker David Phelan. Austin, Texas. Governor Abbott and the Texas Speaker of the House have filed a petition with the Texas Supreme Court asking to overturn an order blocking the arrest of the quorum-busting House Democrats. As of Tuesday, their request has been approved. The Texas Supreme Court issued a stay. Abbott and Phelan argued that the petition for the writ of mandamus dated August 9th that the trial court's error constitutional clear abuse of discretion. In the case, there is little doubt that the plaintiff arrest and subsequent transport back to the Capitol falls comfortably with the legislature and the Speaker broad power to compel the attendance of its members. That's right, you work for the government, you have to abide by the government rules. This is kind of like if you're a soldier and you're away without leave, you can be arrested and sent back to base. That is right, the Texas Democrat State Rep. Trey Martinez Fisher, San Antonio. We had a couple of the people that abandoned their jobs issued the following statement following the court decisions. It is no surprise that a Republican, Governor Greg Abbott, and the House Speaker Dave Phelan want to arrest their political opponents. Yeah, no, that's not it. I mean, you fled your job. Sorry, you fled your job and you have to come back and do your job. You work for the government. You're going to get no sympathy from me. Thankfully, this is still the United States, and we'll defend the freedom to vote. And we look forward to our temporary injunction hearing on August 20th. Well, you know what? The freedom of the vote is still still there. Nothing in the bills that's preventing us to vote in person. The only thing it's doing is limiting the 24-hour polling stations. That limits how many people you could actually bus, and if you want to bus people, you have to kind of register. There's provisions within the bills to become registered if you want to bus people to the polling stations if it's more than 3. Let's see here, it gives us 14 days of early voting and also limits the mail-in ballots since they are wrapped with or could be wrapped or potential fraud in ballot harvesting. So we want to make sure our elections are secured, and that's why we have a integrity bill up the vote, and you are preventing that, and you're using all these fancy words like the freedom to vote, suppression, voter suppression, to cover up the fact that you won't be able to cheat here in Texas once this bill is signed into law, and it will be signed into law. Whether it's this year, next year, we will get people to vote on this, and this will be used against your re-election. KVU reported on August 9th that the criminal district judge in Austin signed orders blocking the arrest, saying doing so would be the misrepresentation of the House rules and the Texas Constitution. Judge Brad Ureta signed the order Sunday night and was filed by Austin attorneys representing the 19 plaintiffs Monday morning. The order potentially paved the way for the remaining House to return to the state or to refuse to go to the Capitol without threat of arrest. Now, keep in mind, this isn't a natural arrest. This isn't you're going to be charged with abandoning your job. You are not going to serve any jail time. This is to detain you once you come back to Texas and ship you to the Capitol so we can have a quorum and we can vote on bills that you abandoned. That's right. Texas government is broken right now because these 19 people fled the state and they're refusing to come back to make quorum so they can vote on bills. It's just not this bill that they're voting on. It is other bills that they're voting on. And this frustrates me to own in. This is just a stunt to prevent a voter integrity bill to be enacted so they can't have mail-in ballots. Keep in mind, if you are able to walk to a store, drive to a store, get out of your vehicle, walk to a store, purchase stuff in person, then you could vote in person. This is not difficult. No one's right is being taken away with these bills. Yoder Petiari read that Yoder blocked Abbott and Phelan and law enforcement agencies such as the Texas Department of Public Safety and the Capitol Police from detaining, confining, or otherwise restricting a Texas Democrat movement with his or her consent. Also prevents them from issuing warrants or other institutional demanding detention, confinement, or other restrictions of the Democratic movement. It really ruled that the Texas law does not provide the physical confinement of lawmakers who have committed no crime, but Abbott and Phelan, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, petitioned that said that the state had no adequate remedy in order and time of time of the essence. Plaintiffs are the 19 legislators who sought to obtain public office and sworn to oath to uphold the Texas Constitution, is the very same Constitution that authorized each House to compel to the attendance of its members. The petition said if the plaintiff no longer wishes to fulfill their public duty, they are free to resign and return to Texas. Get this, you could resign. We could have a special election to replace you if you do not want to do your duty. This is part of being an elected official. You give up some of your rights in order to be able to represent us at Austin, Texas, at the Capitol. That is right. You give up some of your freedoms. Same thing with being a soldier. Last month, more than 50 House members traveled to D.C. to block the Texas lawmakers from voting on a proposal that said that it would restrict cheating in voting access and ask the federal government to pass the federal voting rights legislation, which will take away states' rights to determine their own election laws. That is right. We have state rights and we have federal rights. And I think that the federal government is trying to overreach, take away more states' rights. Sadly, when we had this issue before, the states lost big time, and we had the federal government. Yes, I am talking about Mr. President Abe Lincoln. Phelan said that the officials would use every available resource to obtain a quorum, and Abbott will issue a call to have these members arrested. The petition to Utah includes affidavits from 3 Democrats, including Gina Hinojosa of Austin. That's right, come home. That's right, you people need to come home so we can vote on these laws and make new laws, better laws. And my only advice to you is you need to come back, campaign even harder, get more of a Democratic control in the government. I hope you don't, but just some personal advice. You need to be canvassing to get more representation within the government so you could actually block these type of votes since you're so much against it. Running like cowards is not the answer. Now leave a comment down below if you agree that they're cowards or do you disagree that they are heroes. Also, please smash the like and subscribe button and share this video to a friend or family member. That being said, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.